This is the Nathan, Nat and Shaun podcast.
Well, we are talking to Rove McManus about his new book. It's the book that grown-ups get wrong. And Ruby, your daughter's helped you write books in the past. Rove?
Oh, you've outsourced it, Rove.
Did she get a look in on this one?
Where's her byline?
Yes, she did. She did get a look in on this one. Also, she's very nosy. So when I'm working on something, she'll always be looking over my shoulder, wondering what I'm doing. And because she's aware that I do write books, she'll always be wanting to know if that's what I'm writing and can she help. And to be honest, in this one, because the premise of the book is that the person who is reading it to the child is intentionally, because of the way the book is written, they keep getting things wrong. So it starts out with a picture of a frog. What is this? That's right. It's a hot dog riding a skateboard. So it starts off getting pretty weird pretty early.
Yeah.
So then as the book progresses, I'm going, well, I need to get weirder and more obscure and random. So I just thought, well, there's a child in the room. So I turned to her and said, what's the weirdest thing you can think of? And she said, I don't know, maybe a unicorn with a horn that's slightly out of eyebrows. And I went, geez, that's
pretty good.
That's pretty good.
It made the cut.
And at the very end of the book, I needed to think of one last sort of weird thing. And I felt a lot of pressure because it felt like it was the punchline. And so I wrote about a list of 10 things that it could have been and said to Ruby, hey, if you want to think of some, we'll put them on the list. And I sent them to my publisher and said, You pick which one you want because I can't work out which one I think is best.
Sure.
And the one she went with was the one that Ruby wrote anyway.
Oh,
so I might as well
awesome.
at this point.
Oh, that's cool.
I've seen on reality shows and like movies and TVs about what happens when someone's got a book deal and where they've got to speak to their publishers. So what are meetings like about a children's book? And how many people are in the room?
It's pretty simple. Well, it's just me and the publisher. That's it. There's three. I've got two, a publisher and editor, and then there's me. So it's pretty straightforward. Especially with these books, it's really more about that. Like they suggested, keeping the colours pretty simple. There's only like sort of a 3-colour system to it, so it has a Dr. Seuss feel about it. That was their idea. And there was another element I had where the frog that's the on the cover that ends up in the first couple of pages was running through the book a bit more, and they were saying, look, just take that out, don't do as much, and we'll make the fonts do all the work.
Right.
So it's big, bold letters to make the person reading it have to talk in a ridiculous way. So that was their idea as well, and anything else is really just me, from the idea to the execution of it. They're really good to work with in that regard, and I look forward to having those same meetings when it's Ruby's book.
Yeah, exactly.
What's amazing about it, because you see book publishers.
Please, can I draw a picture, please?
Yeah.
You see book publishers, okay, and someone that does like really like full-on novels, like that publisher will have to take home many different scripts and read them and read the entire book.
Yeah.
Whereas if you're a children's book publisher, you'll be able to read 50 books in one night, wouldn't you?
You can get through the pile pretty quickly.
Yeah, this isn't like, the next Game of Thrones book or something.
No. It's not the next Booker Prize winner. Are they your drawings in it, Rove? Is it you drew the frog? Like it's you?
Yeah. So
you drew that.
Any old celebrity can write a kid's book, but I'm the only one who's out there doing all the illustrations as well.
Yeah.
So
Zoe
I'm very
Foster
proud.
Blake didn't draw her farts, did she? No.
No, she did
But
not.
she did rub her bum on every book, though.
That is very true. Yes, it's a limited edition sent on each individual.
Hey, Rove, I asked you before, you're in Sydney at the moment. And one thing that people in relationships don't like to go through too often is two things, probably either building a house together and or renovating. And you seem to do this with Tasma all the time, and I'm talking about renovating. How are you still married?
It's a very good question. Well, look, the way we get through it is I'm just the bloke who's like, I don't know, because we have a game we play where when we go, if we're staying somewhere else, like you rent an Airbnb or something, and we're sitting in there, it's like, how long until she says, geez, you know what I would do with this if it was my place? So I'd take this wall down and I'd open the kitchen there, and that's just how her mind works. I don't do that. So even when we're renovating, she'll say, what do you think of this? Where, either tap A or tap B or doorknob A or doorknob B. And I I reckon B. And she go, oh, really? I was thinking A. And I go, yeah, A. Yeah.
I was tricking you.
So, I just walked through just going, oh, this is going to be really nice. Is this where we're going to live? Oh, I'm very lucky.
But when you finish,
so
do you then sell
I don't have it in my head and it acts like a surprise.
Do you ever get to enjoy the finished product, or do you move on to the next project?
We're hoping that this time around we will get to enjoy it. Yes, that's the plan. The last one we did, and it was a bloody nightmare. I have had a friend who said this: the two things they hate people talking about are renovations if you don't have a house, and babies if you don't have one. So I'm very thankful for all your listeners at this point.
Well, I want to touch on something before we let you go. We heard that the Fantail has been discontinued, right, this week, and people have been losing their minds. And when I was Googling it, I thought I'd just Google Fantail rappers, and I saw one picture, and it was Isla Fisher, and she was so excited because she was a Fantail rapper. So if Isla Fisher's been a Fantail rapper, you must have been a Fantail rapper, haven't you?
Who's got 2 thumbs and has a Fantail rapper? This guy.
Yes. Was that a big day? Did they tell you you're a Fantail rapper, or did you discover you're a Fantail rapper?
No, they don't actually tell you. And but I've got one.
Yes. Is it Frank?
And it's stuck in a scrapbook.
Yeah.
And I actually had one made up when I'd started out on Channel 31. A friend of mine made one up as a joke thing. I got very excited and then realised, oh, wait a minute. But they went to the effort of printing it off and put it in an actual packet of Fantails and wrapped it up. And they were like, oh, everyone read theirs. And I read mine. I was like, what, how? And then went, wait a minute. No, this is not legitimate.
And it's printed on just A4 reflex paper.
The sad part is I've read my Fantail and got it wrong. Like I started reading this John Henry Michael McManus. That can't be a real name.
You need to get that enlarged. That is, what a great art piece, your own Fantail rapper.
Now that you can't get them anymore.
And I cannot believe that they don't give you the heads up that you're going to be a Fantail rapper. That blows my mind.
Part of the surprise, isn't it? It's like I don't know. But so that's what do I need to do next is somehow get on to I've been a question on Millionaire Hot Seat.
Oh yeah.
Maybe if I can get on the a question on the chase, that'll do.
Yeah,
on the chase.
All the
circle will be complete.
Yeah, that's right. Rove's book is called "The Book That Grown-Ups Get Wrong" by Rove McManus, also Ruby McManus, but she doesn't get a mention on the
all the money.
It's pretty rude. We're going to be telling her she's got to put her hand out for some of the royalties on that one.
Yeah, buy a copy, send it to school, and we can renovate our next house.
Love your work, Rove. Thanks, mate.
See you, buddy.
Bye.
Thanks, everyone. Bye.
The Nathan, Nat and Shaun podcast.
We are celebrating 20 years of Nathan Morris.
Hey.
Shaun!
So far, we've had the bin chicken popping by to give you a free chicken treat for a year.
Yeah.
We've had you running through a football
the banner
which was a dream.
One of the highlights of my life.
Dropped by and gave you a certificate of participation.
Yeah.
It's been a great day.
Yeah.
And we thought we'd go back to the beginning.
Back to the beginning.
Back to the beginning.
Now.
Someone who was there the first day that you sat in that chair, Nathan Morris. Good morning, mystery caller.
Good morning and congratulations, Nathan, you superstar, you annoying piece of work.
Excuse
Let
me.
me tell you, from all of our crew, from myself and my family, or my 4 beautiful children, and Jack and Abby and Elsie and Sweena, and Ronnie,
Sweeter.
Tim
we would like to wish you congratulations.
Good on you, Tim.
Great to have you a part of it, Tim.
Hey, Tim, when we first started, right, and you were with us, did you think, what the hell has radio done?
Who are these two chumps? Because I was inexperienced, Nathan was inexperienced.
And here you were experienced.
Yeah, I did, and I honestly thought I'd become a full-time member of the show and not just a sports guy.
Yeah.
We were never going to do that.
No, clearly. And look, you were just an annoying. For Nathan, was just an annoying bloke off Big Brother. Just really got on my goat, to be brutally honest with you. Didn't you start out the back of a rubbish bin with chopped milk cartons?
Yeah, as most world leaders do.
Yes.
Hey, Tim, I want to ask you, because the guys bring it up sometimes when, obviously, they would say something that would get on your goat, right? And so, is it true that you'd walk in here and then refuse to talk to them? You just do your sports segment and leave?
Yep. Silent treatment king, I am. I'm the silent treatment king.
It was so
I'd sit
amazing.
there, not talk to them. Yeah, and it would go for weeks.
It would go for weeks, and then Tim, the most memorable time,
Yes.
time was like because Tim had decided, no, you don't deserve my conversation. So Tim would, he'd look at us during break. So when we're on the air, it'd be fine. And as soon as that would go, his eyes would glaze away from us.
Yeah.
Right.
Because he'd only do it when the red light was on.
Yes.
And then it was weeks afterwards. He walked in and he handed us both something, and they were what, Natalie?
Olive branches. Literal olive branches.
I did.
My
I
favourite,
did.
Goss, was that you would punish us by, because normally in your sport you would say, coming up with Nathan and Nat, I'm going to talk about this, well, when you're reading the news, and you wouldn't use our names.
That's right.
Which is like the way to really hurt us. Like, coming up shortly, you'd say, I'm going
What
to
a
talk about
disaster I was.
Yeah.
Yeah. What a disaster. But tell you what, they were great times.
Weren't
It's a shame
they?
that everything's fallen apart since then. But
100%.
they were great times. You were funny. I mean, Nathan, it doesn't surprise me you've lasted as long as you have. You and Nat are just brilliant. Sean, give or take. The rest of the group.
Not for everyone.
Yes, not for everyone. But let me just say, Nathan, 20 years in this industry, it doesn't matter whether it's TV, print or radio, to make 20 years is a remarkable achievement. You've come a long way. As you know, I'm selling houses now, so if you're investors, if you're keen,
Give it a plug, Goss. Go on,
Goss,
You
go,
might as
Goss.
well.
Go on.
theagency.com.au. I'm 2 for 2, but now I've got no stock, so if anyone wants to sell a house, please don't hesitate to get in touch with me on the socials. But Nathan, as I said on my little post that I sent to the crew a couple of days ago, 20 years is fantastic. Just be careful when you get to 30, because normally that's when a company will get rid of you.
But what I like is that you're not bitter about it. So
Hey guys, I was out this morning at the back of the car park. I looked up, the vultures are circling.
Well done. You're an absolute. You just make mornings funny, mate.
Thanks,
You're
buddy.
a good person. You've got a heart of gold. You're a hugger, which I love. And to be honest, Nat, you deserve a massive pay raise.
Tim, it was so great working with you. It was probably the best way to start a career.
Not at the time, but in hindsight.
No, at the time, you gigantic freak. I love you.
Good on you, Goss.
Good on you guys. Well done.
This is the Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast.
It was a magical day for Nathan Morris yesterday because it was his birthday.
It was a day. I don't think I'd attach the word magical to it.
Actually, for those that missed it earlier, because you spoke about it at 6 o'clock, Nathan, what did you have for dinner last night to celebrate your birthday?
Well, yesterday for our birthday, our team we bought breakfast, and I ordered poached eggs with bacon on ciabatta, and I didn't eat it.
What about the hollandaise?
And, some hollandaise. And no, I didn't eat it, so I took it home, put it in the fridge, and I ate that cold for dinner.
He owns a microwave. He could have warmed it up, but no, why would you? It's your birthday.
Unbelievable. But you were
Anyway.
looking for something special for your birthday.
Yeah.
They've been waiting on for quite some time.
I didn't get a cake.
What?
I know.
You always get a cake on your birthday.
You always get a cake on your birthday. We've got my mum here right now. Hello, Marlene.
Yeah.
Is this,
Marlene.
is this not in the mood, Marlene? Is this what we've got?
No, yes, not in the mood for anything.
Oh, good on you, Marlene.
Come to the right place,
and
Marlene.
Sean,
Yes?
Sean, stop putting your 2 bob bit in it. Oh, you had the cake.
Well, yeah, you got to have a cake. It's one thing on all the kids' birthdays. Hey, Marlene, don't worry. On my end, when I don't
He's not a
receive one,
kid.
He's not a
I've
kid.
got kids, and I make sure they've got a birthday
He's your
cake.
child, though, and let's face
When
it, he's not
he
really a
was
grown-up.
child, he had cake rolling out of his ear when he was a child.
Hey, you've come out swinging. Why don't we just talk about what's happening first and jump off the
Give us the
defensive
setup.
train, Marlene?
Give us the setup, Nathan.
Jump
All
off
right.
for what? Talk about what's happening.
So, it's probably been, I'd say, 12 to 18 months of me asking my mum. I'd say to my mum, you know what I really feel like is a classic CWA mum sponge.
So the sponge with jam and cream in the middle. Yep, okay.
That's
and your
all I want.
light, fluffy sponge.
Just a light, fluffy sponge. It's all I've wanted. For a year and a half, I've said this to mum.
So for a year and a half, you've been thinking, oh, what a lovely afternoon tea idea.
Yes.
But then
They
you thought,
taste
maybe
delicious.
for your birthday, that would be a great birthday cake.
Well, we've thought about that every weekend for the last year and a half. I've said to mum, every time I go in there, every weekend, I say to mum, oh, mum, how's my sponge going? And mum seems to have a myriad of excuses. Mum, so did you think of making me a cake for my birthday? the
Yes, I
sponge?
did.
What happened?
Yes, I did. Well, I told your father to get me the ingredients and didn't get them.
Which ingredients were you missing?
Everything.
All of it.
Everything.
Sponge,
You don't
the
have
jam, the
anything
cream.
to make.
Mum's trying to pin it on Dad. No.
No, hang on. I had the jam.
Yeah.
The jam was here.
Yes.
Right.
The jam.
And that was it.
You need
So
a
no
fresh cream.
Yeah, yeah.
No
now,
eggs.
now, for people that are probably confused
No butter,
about
no
the fact
sugar.
that Brian didn't go to the shops and get
I had
Mummies.
the other baking stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, go on, what?
For everyone that's a bit confused and goes, wait, there, Brian didn't get the stuff. Marlene isn't chained by the neck to the floor of the house. So when Dad
No,
doesn't
but
go and
Marlene
get
can't freaking walk.
Marlene.
You can
Shut up,
get things delivered to the house, Marlene. You just
Nathan, there are such things as bakeries. You could go and
no,
buy
that's not a Marlene.
sponge.
Sorry, all due respect, that's a bakery sponge, not a mum sponge, and
Yeah.
he specifically wanted
Yeah.
a mum
Well,
sponge.
I don't know what a mum sponge is like.
Well, it's the sponge that you make if you get around to it.
Well, anyway, she's getting very defensive and very angry
not the best.
because she's cornered and she knows she's in the wrong. We'll get the voice of reason up
I'm
here.
not in the wrong. I'm in the right.
She's in the
If
right.
this is the voice of reason, we're in massive
she
trouble.
can't cook it, as we
Yeah.
know, because
I'm
Brian
always,
has not got the
Nathan,
ingredients.
I'm in the right, and you know that. And you get me your father. and you
I do not know that. You are not in the right. A year and a half of promising to cook a cake and not doing it, and then blaming your husband by saying that he didn't get you the incorrect
Well,
ingredients.
let's
like
check
you are.
in with the husband. Good
Okay.
morning, Brian.
Well, I'll tell you what. No.
No,
Pull Marlene down.
Marlene, you've had
Pull
your
Marlene
chance.
down.
Brian, hello.
Hey, shut up, Marley.
Brian, for the last 18 months, apparently, you have refused to buy eggs, flour, sugar.
Yeah.
What
All
else
of
is
it.
in it?
Brian,
Butter,
not putting
is it
in.
Is that what I've got to get? Is that what I've got to I'm sitting up in the bloody car park and carrying up now waiting for the shops to open so I can get it. I'm not walking in the house again.
Brian, have you been, honestly, asked a lot of times to just keep forgetting to bring this home? Because Nathan has asked for this sponge for quite some time.
They've got flour and everything at home, but she's bullshitting.
You'd have eggs too, right? You've got eggs.
Oh, eggs, flour,
What a chicken in the backyard, mate.
Caster
Baking
sugar.
powder. What else goes in it?
Caster
What else goes
sugar.
in it?
Yeah. And Dad, I just want a
Oh,
question.
I've got that too.
I don't know whether you take them off before I get around there, but is Mum shackled and to a post in the backyard where she can't go to the shops?
Yeah, I tie her up in the corner.
Yeah, that's for other things.
That sounds right.
Yeah. All right. Let's see if Marlene's still there. She's probably hung up. She's enraged. Hello, Mum.
Oh, I can't be bothered.
No. Apparently, there is no barrier. That you've got everything you need, Marlene.
Can I just
No,
say
I've got.
what?
The flour's too old for a start. Please, you've got to.
Yeah, you know why? Because you bought the flour the first time you're going to make me the cake.
No, I didn't. Your father did.
It's gone out of date.
Oh, I can't be bothered.
Can't be bothered.
Okay,
Yeah.
look, all jokes aside, for someone to promise that they're going to bake you a sponge cake for a year and a half, that is getting too...
I mean,
Is it not?
It's a long time. And
probably
for
a
the
couple of
flour
weeks
to
in.
go off in the time that it's taken you
Yeah.
to not bake the cake
Yeah.
is pretty extreme.
My favourite thing was yesterday morning. She told me that, I was having a plan of making you that sponge cake and bringing it over to your house, but your dad didn't get me the stuff. And I said to my mum, it's 10:30 a.m. You can still, go
get that-
and do
you
it.
can get this
And she goes,
stuff
no,
Uber-
I can't.
Uber Eats will deliver it to your house.
She can't.
Nathan, Nat, and Shaun podcast.
Marlene Morris is hot topic of conversation this morning. She's been promising a sponge, a mum sponge for Nathan.
Yeah.
For
18 months.
18 months.
You know, yes.
So she missed last birthday.
Yeah.
She had a great opportunity this birthday, except that according to her, Brian refuses to buy her the ingredients, so she can't do it.
I remember it was Friday night. I said to Mum, "Where's my sponge? Have you cooked my sponge?" And she said, "It's coming." A year and a half of a broken promise, and that's what we're talking about.
Sonia, hello.
Good morning.
Hi,
Okay,
Sonia.
Sonia. Has somebody been promising something for a long time and not delivered?
Yes, that would be me. So for my son, I did a lot of cross-stitching and quilting for when he was born. My daughter, I started an embroidery called a birth stamper with her name when she was born and the weight of the beautiful elephant carrying balloons, and I still haven't finished, and she's 15 next month.
So I'm guessing you have to make it a bit bigger.
Yeah. She keeps asking, Mum, when is it going to be finished? I'm like, maybe for your 21st.
Well, that buys you 6 years, so
Yeah.
good luck.
Oh, I'm
Wow.
tipping it's not going to be done, Sonia.
Really stringing that out, Sonia.
Can I say cross stitch? That's a bit of effort to
a
go into
commitment.
that.
Yeah, it's a
Sonia, can I
commitment.
just have your opinion as a fellow mother? Should a son be waiting a year and a half for a simple plain vanilla sponge with cream?
absolutely not, especially a country woman like your mother.
Yeah.
Oh, in your face,
Great
Marlene.
point. Thank you, Sonia.
Thanks, son.
Erin, hello.
Hello.
Hi, Erin. We are talking about promises that have not been fulfilled. What do you got for us?
So it must be a mum thing because mine's also my mother's promise.
Yes.
So in lieu of a present for my 30th birthday, my mum, who used to be a professional window cleaner, offered to clean all of the windows in my house for me.
Oh, hilarious. What a hilarious present. Keep going.
So lovely. So I just turned 35 and still waiting.
So how many
And
years
she's a
is that?
professional.
14.
So that'd be five years.
So you don't live in a house completely made of glass, I'm guessing, no?
Oh, no, not quite. There's a few bricks thrown in there. But
Yeah. But like,
But I mean, you can't clean them because her mum might come round tomorrow and finally do it. Do you know what I mean?
No,
If
I'm
anything's
just
gonna
saying.
lure her out,
I'm
it would
just
be
thinking
you washing them yourself.
The only reason why Mum couldn't do it is maybe there's too many windows.
No,
but
then
if it's
she
just a
wouldn't have made that
regular
promise.
amount of windows,
Yeah.
I don't.
And she's a professional.
She made
She's
the
a black
promise,
belt.
Yeah.
for, of free
Yeah.
will. She knew what she was getting into.
Hey, Aaron, Marlene's listening. Do you think Marlene's got any excuse for not providing me with a sponge in 18 months?
Oh, look, none at all. Look, my mum's got all the CWA cookbooks and we pretty regularly get some pretty good stuff. So
Yeah.
I reckon Marlene could whip up a sponge pretty quick.
And they're not exactly exotic ingredients. Do you know what I mean? Like flour, eggs, butter, sugar.
Yeah, it's not flour made from crushing the ivory of an elephant. It's like you're literally just self-raising.
It's the Nathan, Nat and Shaun podcast.
We're heading over to Europe, everybody. Everything's happening over in London town at the moment, as we know. The Ashes were just on.
Yes.
We've got the Wimbledon happening very shortly, and the Tour de France is happening in Europe at the moment. But the number one thing I'd love to go to is Royal Ascot.
And what excites me about this time of year is every year we speak to someone that's doing Shaun's dream while Shaun sits here and does his job.
Well, let's go over and catch up with Racing.com absolute champion, our good friend Jason Richardson.
Richo.
Living the dream, Richo.
Living Shawnee Mac's dream. That's
Yeah.
what I do every single day. That's bloody brilliant over here, S-Mac. You need to get your backside over here because you, with a top hat, with the
really good point.
magnificent former curls underneath, would be bloody brilliant.
And Shaun, I've got a pocket watch you can borrow.
Oh, you have to.
Imagine that. Someone coming up to you
Fantastic.
on the grounds and saying, "What's the time?" And you pull your pocket watch out. They go, "Oh my lord, hello Buckingham."
Richo, I actually have seen you in your penguin suit. Have you thought about what Nathan's just brought up
Yeah,
then, the pocket watch?
Pocket watch. Next
Oh,
one.
I should bring out a pocket watch because I got myself a very stylish hat this year, a top hat,
yeah.
from this outstanding milliner because you do get a bit hat snobbed when you're over here. I've been lucky enough to do
really?
this from 7 occasions. This is my 7th Royal Ascot, and you do get hat snob because the traditional Aussie goes to Moss Bros and hires a suit, and they give you the old $1.50 buddy felt hat, and you whack it on, you
Yeah.
think you're a champ.
It's got
And
corks
the
hanging
English
off of it.
gents just sort of look at you.
Yeah.
So I got myself a good one, but I've got to give it back. But it's outstanding.
When
Yeah.
you were there, did you ask how much does a good top hat cost retail?
Yeah, that's a good question.
To keep.
Yes, it costs £2,000.
Whoa! Whoa!
Yeah.
Pounds.
That's out of control.
Yeah.
Pounds. And then when you're at the races, imagine the amount of times you've been at the races, right, and you've got a hat on,
Yeah.
and some drunk guy comes
Yes.
and grabs it off your head and goes, ah! Imagine that, you'd be like, oh, you'd shoot him in the head.
There goes my house
And
deposit.
exactly. Oh, my
Richo, man.
That's
It
crazy.
is unbelievable.
Hey, Richo, can you tell us about being at Royal Ascot and what happens when the Royals come through? And also,
this will be the first one without the Queen.
yeah, so the King's coming through. I mean, we always used to watching the Queen with her beautiful dresses and the colours which she's wearing and stuff like that. And then tell us about the singing after the race meeting and, you know.
Yeah, it's so unique. So each and every day, Her Majesty the Queen, when she was alive, would do the royal procession down the straight, and everyone would be trying to get the binoculars on because they bet on what colour hat that she would wear. Now, for 4 years in a row, I was a market mover because for 500 to 1 into 100 to 1, I backed her to wear a bandana. But unfortunately...
In whose gang colours?
Is she a blood or a
I
Crips, do
think
you
she's
think?
more a crib, yeah.
that never got up. But
That's weird.
This is the first year. at Royal Ascot that Her Majesty's not there. But importantly, King Charles and Queen Camilla have embraced it. They've been there the first 2 days, and they have made a commitment. They'll be there 4 out of the 5 days. We haven't seen the next generation at all yet, but we are expecting them to arrive in the next few days. Tomorrow, English time, is Ascot Gold Cup Day, which is their great race, which is over 4,000 metres, and it's their biggest race, and it's magnificent. So maybe we might see William and Kate make their appearance, which would be good. I think Beatrice and Eugenie tend to be a bit of a racing fans. They pop along and send their regards.
Just had a baby. Yeah.
Hey, can I ask, Richo, what day is Camilla racing?
She was beaten in the third.
I mean, she can
driving pity.
I think you might get beheaded for that. Be careful.
I know.
Be very careful.
I was really nervous about saying it myself.
I mean, we're all the way over here, but you're over there, right in their backyard. Good luck, Richo.
I think it was...
Yeah, I can't believe I doubled down on that, but that wasn't my move.
Now it seems like you did something wrong and I was just here.
And Richo, the singing, tell us about that. You know, everyone getting...
It's quite remarkable. So after the last race, they have the bandstand. And this sounds so simplistic, but somehow it works. Because, say, 70,000 people are at the races every day.
Yeah.
A massive amount of the people make their way to this bandstand, and they simply just keep playing these classic English songs and classic songs that everyone can sing along to, whether it be Sweet Caroline or Grand Britannia, and the list goes on. And they literally have a band playing it with words on the screen, and everyone who is absolutely, most of them are Polacks, just sing along with their little cups of their various drinks.
It'd be Pimm's,
mainly
for sure,
Pimm's.
wouldn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, they're drinking Pimm's and having an outstanding time. It is just a wonderful way to finish the day. And then there's massive car park parties going on across the road as well. So if you get out of here at about 11 o'clock any night, you've done extremely well.
Oh, my God.
Is the aftermath like it is at the Melbourne Cup here? You know, girls in hedges, guys being wheeled out in bins, people throwing up everywhere?
No, it is very, very civilised. You do not see intoxicated people. Honestly, you do not.
Well, they're not having a go, are they?
They don't really know how to push themselves.
Not even the Australians.
Seriously, have a go.
You know where they're going wrong? The band's not playing Horses by Daryl Braithwaite. That's what you need.
So when they see a drunken girl with her shoes off pushing a police officer into a hedge over here, they must just think, God, no wonder we sent those convicts to Australia.
No doubt.
Jeez.
100%. No, they do it very, very differently. But it just simply works, and it's got more and more successful every year. We've had a couple of Aussie horses that have already raced. They didn't quite deliver, but on the last day we will have an Aussie horse that I think can run really well called Artorius.
Yes.
Who's running in the Platinum Jubilee Stakes. So a nice firm track. The weather's warm. I think he will run a really, really good race. And this has been billed as like the Olympic Games for thoroughbred racing. So I think it'll be awesome if he's able to win.
Well, it'll be awesome if you continue to get another year-by-year contract over to Royal Ascot and get this past the keeper every year.
It's the greatest con of all time, Richo.
Richo, I really love it.
It is quite remarkable that they haven't worked out that I'm not that bloody good at my job, but somehow I just keep...
But can wear a hat.
He can wear a hat with the best of them, and can he rock it with the Royals? No drama. Richo, thanks for your time, mate.
Mate, love it. Love chatting to you. I hope you're all well.
Good on you, champ.
Nathan, Nat and Shaun in podcast form.
Celebrating Nathan's 20 years sitting in that chair. Has not moved.
No,
that's a little
literally
sad.
hasn't moved.
The chair thing's a bit sad.
Yeah.
You always say
it's
that
a
to
different
guests.
chair.
You know what, if we pull it all apart, it's a bit sad.
It was a red chair when we started. Now it's a black chair. So, yeah, let's look on the bright side. Harry, this is your time to shine.
Hey, guys. How does one sum up 20 years of Nathan Morris?
Probably just a fart noise, eh?
The truth is, you don't really, because the archives on this started a few years back. So we found a few little old bits. Sean.
Quick question. How old were you when Nathan started on
Yes,
there?
I started preparing for this debrief when I was in year 3.
You were in year 3.
Yeah.
He was 17 at the time, but he was in year 3.
I was in.
I remember.
Year 3. What were you, 6'4"?
I was a bit of a base. No, I remember the class, the other class in our year group.
Yeah.
They got to go in and sing a song with Nathan and Nat.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. That, and I was so jealous. Little did I know one day I'd be stuck here.
And back then, I mean, this was appropriate. They sung "I Touch Myself" by the Divine. Nowadays, that'd be frowned upon.
Yeah, but back then, normal.
Sean, how many years are you up to?
Getting close to 15, I believe.
Okay, if I'm here for your 20th, it's a big problem.
Yeah, no shit.
Here we go, let's do it.
Nathan, Nat and Shaun's Weekly Debrief.
The winner of Australian Idol 2003 is Guy Sebastian.
On the same year that Guy Sebastian took out season 1 of Australian Idol, Angels brought
Nathan Morris
to Nova 937.
Let's celebrate!
Now, something called Nathan's Wheelie Bit of Fortune was career-defining, but sadly, we don't have any audio of that because technology in general wasn't really a big thing back then. But let's talk about this from 2008.
Let the slapping begin.
Step right up to Nathan's wonderful, magical, amazing turkey slapping machine. You look like you've just been with the football team.
The turkey slapper now lives in Nathan's bedroom. Okay, time to enjoy a snippet from when Nathan mounted a penny farthing.
He's on. He's down and he took out a little girl on the way.
Nath's biggest supporters in the whole wide world are his parents. Former train driver Brian Morris couldn't be prouder of his son if he tried.
Dad has done over the years, and especially this week, is comment on how easy our job is.
You have, Brian.
It's
easy. No, we make it look easy because that's how good we are.
But it's the hardest job in the world, I've checked.
Oh, well, you want to go and check somewhere else?
And what about Marlene, a.k.a. Starlene, a.k.a. professional Amy Winehouse impersonator?
They tried to make me go to rehab. I said no.
Nathan has seen it all. 5 premiers, 8 PMs, a queen, a king. He even saw Chappelle Corby go in and out of prison. But it was the vote for marriage equality that perhaps struck the biggest chord, and Nathan, Nat and Shaun were down at the court to celebrate the result.
I look around at the people here at the court and I can see that the struggle that some people have had, and for them to be recognised as being equal is not only great for them and their parents. Just so everyone do. Sorry.
Now, those were some big moments, but what about the everyday Nathan Morris? How's the love life going?
So last night, I was worried for my life.
Sure. You're living alone, no one there to help you out, obviously.
Boom, roasted. Didn't even go through my mind, but
Listen, things happen and you got no one to help you out,
say it wasn't correct.
Hey, that's not fair. There is someone or something always there for him.
We had a great night on Saturday night. So what time did you leave?
About 12:30.
I, all night, was thinking I'm going to go. Netflix was at home going, where are you? Where are you?
Where are you, Nathan? We miss you. Come home.
Seriously, I've spoken to Stan and Prime and we're worried.
Okay, that's enough. We know how single Nath is. Hang on, let's do one more.
On my couch, there's one spot that's getting a dip in it.
What about his diet over the years?
I've decided this week I'm not going to eat sandwiches for dinner.
Oh, hang on a second.
Yeah.
Okay, what did you have for dinner last night?
A sandwich.
You're a bean eater, though, aren't you?
Oh, okay, I've only recently come into beans. Sorry, I didn't do anything like that to the beans.
Each to their own, as they say.
Nath will become best friends with everyone he works with, every listener that calls up, and every celeb that comes on the show. Except one person.
We did an interview with Jason Bateman years ago, and he was a prick.
So, Nath, you've never seen Ozark?
Did you know there's a series out there that I've not seen? It's hard. It's hard. It goes against everything I stand for, but it's my principles, mate. Principles.
You've got a principle.
Nathan, you and I are going to talk about this some other time, okay?
So what were you doing on the 23rd of June 2003? Were you just getting your head around the internet? Were you even born? Well, Nathan Morris was sitting in the exact same seat he is right now. Probably listening to the number one song in the country from 20 years ago. And here it is.
No. It was actually...
The celebrations. The staff are in the room.
Allow staff to come in.
What's amazing is that staff have turned up on a Friday. That never happened.
This is a podcast of Nathan, Nat, and Shaun.
Always a pleasure to have Jeremy McGovern back in the house. And actually, you had a birthday wishes for Nathan when you walked in, Gov?
Yeah, I said happy 50th, and he looks good for 50th.
Look, it doesn't matter. It's the moisturiser and stuff.
Yeah, I got a little bit angry with you and called you a bit of a curly name, didn't I?
I haven't been called that before, Nathan, so...
Oh, you know what?
It's
Knowing
the
you, you
first
have. You get called it every couple of days.
Maybe not to your face.
Because I was, while you're trying to knock me down, Jeremy McGovern, I'm building you up because yesterday on the articles that were all online, we found Gov in a hopeless place.
Yes,
Star
he's
back
back
to boost lowly eagles.
Yeah.
We found Gov in a hopeless place.
Yeah.
Who doesn't sing that?
That's great stuff.
I know,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Really good, yeah.
Well written, eh?
Pay rise for sure for them.
Wow. Can it rise any higher? We don't know.
Not for me.
No,
There's not enough money.
Oh,
Got to
please
go
stop
print
it.
some more.
I'm going to find out how much you get paid, Nathan. I'm going to be airing it. I'm going to find out, and I'm sure it's a lot more.
I tell you what,
I bet it's not.
More than you.
All right. We'll see.
Okay, plumber. I don't have any side interests, mate.
So you are back up. You're back.
Hopefully. I don't want to get too excited, but I've just get through training today, and then if I get through that, no worries, I should be back.
And
You'll
on
be
the
on the
plane
plane.
to Sydney.
Yep, tomorrow. So
How's the body feeling? Because
I'm feeling
you've hammered it over the last month, obviously, getting yourself right.
Yeah, I feel good, but it's just one of those things. You do everything, and you know it, Shaun. You do everything you can, and then the first 5 minutes, you're like, I haven't done a thing.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
You just can't. It's so hard to emulate the actual game, but
It's the worst
So you've
feeling,
been doing
isn't it?
all the running and everything.
yeah,
but
you do
until
everything. Then you just get out there, and it's just a whole nother level. But I feel like we've done everything we can to this stage. So I'm actually looking forward to getting to that stage of.
These articles are everywhere, right? About like, Gov's coming back, you know.
The saviour.
Is that a pressure? Is that pressure, or you just see it as a game? Because the pressure is that suddenly they're going to have a turnaround because you're back.
Well, I don't think that's going to be the issue at all. I don't think that's going to happen.
Yeah.
I'll try help for sure, and
Yes.
I feel like I can contribute, but I don't think I'm going to change the game. No.
Yeah.
But if we win on
we're
Saturday,
expecting big things.
I'm going to be claiming every bit of it. I would too. No.
What do you mean, no? Liam Duggan and Tom Barras?
Who?
Exactly.
What have they ever done?
No, I'm a very, very small cog of our team, and
No, you can't be that small because your pay pack's
I don't think you're a small hog. I think you're a long lever.
I'm a long lever, but I'm not. I'm not that big a difference, no.
No, but he's tall enough to party.
Yeah, I'm tall enough.
he's
to
tall
party.
enough to party.
We do know that.
But yeah, no, I'm looking forward to getting back out there for sure.
How was the mood around the club after the bye?
Yeah, it was different mixed emotions. We had a few things going on, obviously off field, but no, the boys have been pretty good. You know, you assess the season or halfway through the season, and you go again, and I think the real vibe and what I get from it is training, and I feel like the boys have been training pretty well, been up and about. So yeah, we're looking forward to giving the back end of the year a bit of a push.
Here's the issue coming off the bye that everyone has a good relax, don't they?
Yeah.
They try to get back, and then they come back and they tear up training. But what's happened is last week, every team that came off the bye lost, except for St Kilda, who played Sydney, wasn't it?
Richmond.
No, Richmond. They both.
They lost.
No, it was the week before. Yeah, lost. Yeah.
So what are you saying there, Sean?
So every team that's coming off the bye. I'm saying every team that comes to the bye.
All right. Well, there's no point in us even going to Sydney then, is there?
Sean, you really explained it well. But
I'm still trying to work it out.
But I think,
Sorry,
Sean,
take
I know what you were saying, Sean. We got to make sure we're ready.
in the Eagles' case, though, it's like a reversal of fortunes if you want to look at it that way. So they should win coming off the bye. Do you know what I mean?
Hopefully. Maybe we can buck the trend.
Yeah.
Okay. But we've it'll be a big game. So look, I'm looking forward to it.
Really ruined that.
Even though
It was a real flow and it was a real ease
I was waiting
conversation.
for your punch. I was waiting for the.
It's fine, Sean. We'll edit it out. It's fine.
Okay.
And then there was
not live.
What you did is you put down a speed, but not even a speed bump. What are those claws that the police put down on high
like
speed?
the spikes.
You put down the spikes.
Go on. Sorry. I'm
now we're
sorry.
on
No,
rings.
it's fine, mate. I just sort of knew what you were saying. I was waiting
Just
for the
badly.
punchline. I was really worked up for it.
Punchline.
Here it comes.
Punchlines, Gov, different show. We just have long meandering sentences that peter out.
Like that one.
Nathan, Nat, and Sean podcast.
Time for some more of our chat with comedian Will Anderson.
I think this is a great time to go to Nathan's episode of What's in the Background of Will's Zoom
Oh, yeah, good.
shot.
Okay.
You've put a few thing out there to trick me right now. You've got some macrame there. I'm not asking that. There's a skull over there on like a little a
There
curvy
is
leg
a
table.
skull on a
No,
plinth.
I'm asking about the shoplifting mirror that's above you. Why
that's
do
a lamp.
Is that a lamp?
It's a lamp.
That to me looks like a shoplifting mirror.
Is that what you thought it was?
I thought you had a shoplifting mirror, one of the curved ones. And I thought, and many people stealing from
Can't
your
you see
office. Now I can.
Okay.
Oh, sorry, I am coming this morning from Esprit. I'm doing.
Well, somebody's trying to steal a blouse.
Okay, now that I got that wrong, let's go to the macrame. You didn't do that yourself, do you?
No, the macrame has always been there, but I've shut the door a bit because I think if I lean this way, you might be able to see something that. Oh, hang on. Yeah, can you see in the background?
Oh, the ball
there?
cleaner. Oh, we've got a staff. Okay, Downton Abbey. Oh, do they sleep in their own quarters, do they?
I thought it wouldn't be very good for my working man ABT.
If we could see
in the
staff.
background, you can see the pool boy.
When did you realise you were doing well enough to stop scraping leaves out of your own pool? How long has that been happening for? Been a while.
Well, it's been a while.
Sean's an outsourcer. Sean outsources everything.
But that's just because he's incapable of doing it.
And Sean doesn't just outsource to companies. Like, I think Megan had to hire hubby one day to hang a picture.
And to put the baby's crib together when Sonny was coming.
But Sean outsources just to people in the street in his neighbourhood.
Well, I'm in a neighbourhood where I've got some retirees around me, and there's two of them are engineers, and then one across the road, he's one of those handy dudes. So I just throw them half a sentence. Geez, I'm having a bit of a trouble with, and then they
they'll
just
jump
that's
in.
it.
Oh. They can't help themselves.
That's it.
Yeah.
Oh, give us a look at that thing. I'll fix it.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Oh, mate, that's what a community is. I don't know why you're being mocked by that. That's how
because
society...
he's not offering anything in return.
Give and take is usually the nice equation.
Yeah, you're right. No, you're right. Well, I mean, he's local celebrity, right?
Oh, yeah,
I think that's what it is.
He's offering the gloriousness of his company.
Yeah. Well, a little bit of his shine rubs off on them, like for being there. Maybe the kids need footy lessons or something.
Yeah,
you go down.
Will, turn around. Your poor man's taking his pants off. Seriously, look, turn around. Will. No, he's
we did see his hose. He walked out with his hose.
All right, so I want to know how well you're doing. So you got a pool man. Who else? Do you clean your own windows or do we outsource them? You get a window cleaner, wouldn't you?
I mean, I can't. I've got a bad back. I can't be cleaning those windows.
And house cleaner, yeah.
I do my own house cleaning. I will say I get a specialist for the windows, but I just get the person they use at play school for the round window and the square window. So it's an ABC job. It's pretty cheap.
Yeah,
it's okay.
Sure.
But no, clean my own house. Don't have a house cleaner.
Okay, good.
Yeah. Do you clean your own car or do you take it down to the? No, you wouldn't clean your own car.
No, I take it to the car wash. That's okay though, isn't it?
That's okay.
I mean, it's like I'm saying, oh, look on you, Prince Charles. You're taking your car to a car wash. I mean, it's not.
I heard the suspension in your gold carriage. Shit.
Nathan, Nat, and Sean is a Nova podcast. For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcasts.com.au. Nova.